That is what you have to understand. In God, you can't give what you don't have. You can only give what you have. And you cannot work more than your strength can work. You can only go as far as you can. So in life, we are all leaders, and that is being established right from the beginning. And I love that part, that we all understand that we are all leaders. Therefore, I'm going to lay down some of the characters and some behaviors of a leader in the society. Can we open our Bibles to the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 13 and read down to the verse 17. And somebody help me open the scriptures to the book of Ruth chapter 2 verse 18. And somebody help me open the Bible to the book of Genesis chapter 37. Everybody's going to start reading. And all of those things will give us some characters of a leader. And why we are all leaders in all capacities of life. And some of the character traits of a leader. Unfortunately, I didn't have my lecture here, but by the grace of God, thank you so much. By the grace of God, I will open to the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 13 to 17. I don't like opening Bible.
Can you read it?
Matthew 5,
17.
Matthew 5, 13 to 17.
Matthew 5. Okay, Matthew 5 verse 13 to 17. And I read, "You are the salt of the earth.
Okay.
But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men." Verse 14. "You are the light of the world. A city on the hill cannot be hidden.
Oh, Jesus.
Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on stand, and it gives light to everyone and in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and praise your Father who is in heaven." Amen. Verse 17. And I read, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law of the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them."
Amen.
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 Let's take this scenario, this case study. So we are the salt of the world. If the salt loses its saltness, how can it be tasteful? How are we the salt of the world? Like my brother rightly said, from the book of Genesis, we were made leaders, and we all understood. Those who came late, we all understood that we are all leaders in various capacities. Wherever we find ourselves, you can either be an elder brother, a mother, a father, or a leader in a society, whether in the church or in your school, a club, an association, whatever it is that you are in, you are a leader. Even in a class, if you are not a class prefect, you carry yourself as a leader. Being just a Christian is leadership. Calling yourself a Christian is leadership, because when you walk outside, people are watching you. People want to learn from you. So there are some other characters that you have to show that will let people see you and see the light in you and see the saltness that you have, that will make them tasty to want to have those kind of salt and the light you are showing. When you read the book, Matthew 5, the 16, it said, "For let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." And the 17 said, "I have not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it." When you read the 14, he said, "You are the light of the world." So it means that at the beginning of the book of Matthew, you are leaders. When you read the 5, it means that all these things are telling you that you are a leader. And I don't think none of us will want to follow a leader who doesn't have a vision, like my brother rightly said. And if you have a vision, you have courage, and you are determined. Because you can't have a vision and you don't believe in your vision, nobody is going to follow you. I don't follow leaders who doesn't believe in their vision, because we have to achieve something at the end of the day. And you are leading me to achieve that thing, and I have to accept that I want to achieve that vision with you. And I'm treading the same path that you, the leader, is going. So if I don't want to tread the path that the leader is going, then I am not going to follow that leader. I'd rather find myself with somebody else. I use this analogy in our camp that if you don't know where you are going, every road can take you there, because you are at the junction where you are distressed, you don't know what to do. So if Kwame Owusu comes and he's going to the east, or maybe he's going to, what are some of the towns around here? Venice. You follow the person to Venice. And somebody comes, you get to Venice, and you don't have any purpose in Venice. You don't have anything to do, because you have not sat down to plan and know that, okay, when I get to Venice, this is what I want to do. I want to go see this museum. I want to go ride on this boat. I want to go to this place or that place. So you get to Venice and you are lost because you have not planned anything. And there's a saying that if we fail to plan, we what? We plan to fail. That is life. Life is all about leadership. People that succeed always carry themselves as leaders. Not because they are leaders, they carry themselves as leaders because they have a laid down procedure, a laid down step by step. They said a journey with 1,000 miles begins with a step. You have 1,000 miles ahead of you. You have to begin it. If you don't start it, that 1,000 miles will never reduce. When you take one step, you are left with 9,999. It's not 1,000 anymore. You understand? So when you take 2 steps, you are left with 998. Until you take a step, you will still be left with 1,000 miles ahead of you. So a journey comes by taking an action. An action comes by having a vision. Because you can't just take an action when you don't know where you are driving to. I can't just go out of my house and sit in my car and don't know where I have to drive to. I will just be driving around the street. There are beautiful streets. I will just be driving around, but I don't have any purpose. I have to go and plan in my room and know that I'm going to this particular restaurant to eat. So when I sit in the car, I just put up the GPS. It takes me right there, and I go there, I eat, and I get out of that place. That is having a plan. So a plan has to also have a time limit. And I want to talk about time. They're making the most out of your time. My message is titled Standing Out. How do you stand out in your society? How do you stand out in your school? How do you stand out in your church? How do you stand out wherever you find yourself as a Christian? We stand out by demonstrating that we are Christians and we are leaders. How did the apostles, Peter and his people, stood out and got the name Christ-like? Because they imitated the life of Christ. They showed the character of Christ in them because they have been with Christ for so many years. So then they imitated the lifestyle of Christ. What Christ did, Christ used them to do better things because one, they waited on Christ. When Christ was leaving, fear gripped them. There are a lot of fear. They say the most and dangerous enemy in life is fear. You fear to take this class. I'm not good in math. I'm not good in biology. I'm not good in chemistry. I cannot do this class. It's so difficult. One, you have declared yourself. We call something in psychology, we call something nerve-firing impulses. Okay? Action potentials. The action potential fires when your nerves get a message. They fire the action and it goes straight into your brain. So your nerves fire the action. Whenever the action potential occurs, that nerves send the messages to your brain, and automatically your psychological impulse agree with whatever you are putting in. That is, whatever you put into you affects you. It tells your actions and what you do. When you put in the fact that I am not good in this math, but I am going to try to learn as much as possible and find all the help that is needed for me to do well in this class, that nerves also fire the impulse, that action potential also takes place, and then it goes into your brain and give you energy. At that particular instant, it gives you energy. Okay, where should I go and find help? That that is the first question that comes to your mind. What is the first place should I go and find out? Okay, this person is there. Let me call maybe Silas. Maybe he's good in biology. Maybe he can help me get somebody who will be of help in my weakness, in my biology. Then you are taking steps to be successful. But if you sit in your room and you don't confess positively, that is where you become depressed. You fight yourself because you think you can't do it. And that enemy is very difficult to deal with. That enemy of negative thoughts. It will destroy you. Because one, you will not be happy. When you start thinking negative, you will not be happy. You are beating yourself inside. Something you could just tell yourself right in the mirror, I can do this. Nobody was born with books in their head or in their hand. Everybody came here to study. And whoever came here to study, I understand that we all don't have the same capacity of intellectual know-how, but everybody has their abilities. Your ability might be even better than somebody else, but you just that being reluctant. You are not finding it out. You are not bringing it out. As Christians, I'm not going to go away from the Bible. I'm going to use the Bible, and the Bible is the manual of life. And that's what I go with. The Bible is the manual. And God have made it so much that it cut across every aspect of life. Being in academics, young, old, whatever you find yourself, the Bible is able to define everything for you. So I want us to go to the book of Ruth, chapter 2, verse 18. Somebody open that. It says that, if nobody has opened, let me just say. It says that, and Ruth was determined. When Naomi told Ruth to get back and go to her family, because she was not going to give birth anymore for Ruth to get married to. So Ruth should get back and go to her family and get another man to get married to. There were two women, Orpah and Ruth, married to Naomi's two sons, and they all died because Naomi moved from their land to a different land because of famine in their land. So when they got there, her husband and her two children and two sons who got married to Ruth and Orpah, they all died. So when Ruth decided to come back to her hometown, and Naomi decided to come back to her hometown, and Ruth decided to follow her. But Naomi did everything to make sure that Ruth get back because she wanted the best for her. She wanted her to be happy. But meanwhile, she being with her, she thought she being with her wouldn't make Ruth happy because she thought she came into her life because of her son. You understand? But the Bible says Ruth was determined. Determination is a key word to success. Determination. Because when you are determined to succeed, no matter what people say, no matter what somebody will tell you, there are a lot of obstacles to our success in life. We encounter even our friends, our police, our own parents can tell you, oh, Kojo, you can't do this. This is for a student. No, you can do everything. The Bible says we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So it means that we can do all things. We just have to put our mind to it. We have to be determined. When determination comes, that is when the strength comes. You want to soar forth like the eagle, no matter whether you have the wings of an eagle or not. You just want to try. We have to take out those attitude of, I don't want to do it. When I fail, somebody's going to laugh at me. I'm going to get ridiculed. All kinds of words that we use to describe and make our situation better than it's supposed to be because we want to stay where we are. Let me tell you something. According to science, Thomas Edison tried making the light bulb that we are all enjoying today 99 times and failed. He used all his money. When you read about his story, he used all his money. He bought all the materials. He did it 99 times and he failed 99 times. He was successful at the 100th time. So if it was me and you, we would have given up the third time. If you never know when your success is coming. If you gave out the third time, if Thomas Anderson had given out the 98th time, or the 99th time when he failed and he gave up, and he didn't try the 100th time, we wouldn't have this box. And that's why I'm telling you that our talents are interconnected. They are like a puzzle, a perfect picture before God. So we build on people's knowledge that they have already established. Those days they'll use those lights, their yellow light. That's what Thomas Anderson was able to come out with. But now we have fluorescent bulbs, and now we even have energy-saving bulbs, because we are building on his knowledge, what he has already laid the foundation. Now it's not difficult for us to find new things or create new bulbs, because he has already laid the foundation. What foundation are you laying? You can start something. You don't always have to lay on people's things that they have made. You can also begin something that will cause or that affect the whole world. I always tell people that the whole world is waiting on you. Only you. The world is waiting on you to create something, to break through. And your breakthrough will be something that the whole world will need in life. So if you fail to succeed, you have failed the whole world. You have failed your brothers around you. You have failed your parents. You have failed the church that you are, your society. You failed the whole world, the nation in which you are. You have failed the whole world, because your human resource is very important. That's why human resources are very important. When you go to China, they encourage people to give birth, because human resource is very important. Whatever they find themselves doing, it's more important than every other thing. Your knowledge is very important. We are so unique in our ways. We have been made unique. I think differently. You think differently. We do things differently. We might be doing the same thing, but we will do it differently. That makes the world so beautiful and so powerful as it is. If we are all lawyers, who will be a nurse? Who will be an engineer? Who will be a pastor? We all have diverse ideas, diverse ideologies. We all think differently, and that makes it beautiful. That's why we see all these beautiful things that we see when we go to these big cities. We see all this technological advancement and everything we see, because we all take part in everything we do. When you look at a car, when a car is being put down, and especially new ones that we have, that even can adjust itself on a lane. When you cross a lane, the car will bring you back to your lane by force. You don't have to hold the steering. Honda have done it. And all this part of the technological things that you see in the car, there are various there are various knowledges that have been put together. It's not only one person. Somebody made the engine. That is his work. When he finished making the engine, he is done. Somebody will make the body, the shape of the body. He will design the body, and they will buy the design. That is his work. He is done. When somebody will also put the part together, that is his part. He's done. And somebody will come and do the electronics. That is his part. When he's done with the electronics, he doesn't know anything else. He's done. And somebody will also come and put in all the screens and all those technology, that the Bluetooth and whatever we use in our cars. Somebody will also come and put all these things together. When he's also done, he is done. But when this car comes out, it looks like only Honda did it. The name Honda is on it. But there are a lot of people, we went through a lot of hands. People with different knowledge did what they can do, and they left it alone for the next person to do what they can do, and they leave it alone. But at the end of the day, when the car comes together, it becomes a perfect machine that can serve us. Why? Because we put our knowledges together. Without that being put together, how would that car become that perfect to serve us and give us all the comfort that we want, to carry us from one part to another? Somebody makes the rings. He just makes rings. And somebody just makes ties. You can make a beautiful technologically infused car, but if there's no ties under it, it wouldn't move. So somebody has to make the car, the ties, to put under it. so that the car can be able to move on the tires. It can't just move on the metals. It doesn't matter how the number of horsepower the car has, it wouldn't move. So our diverse ideas or our diverse talent are very important, and everybody has it. Everybody has it. I started with standing out as a topic because I want you to see yourself as a unique individual who do not have to rely on anybody else. Sit in your room, think about what you want to do, and go ahead and put things together where and how you will achieve that thing. And if you have a vision, you cannot sleep. And you don't do stupid things. When people are going to the clubs, you don't go. Not because you don't have money to go there. You have more than enough, and you can do more than they are doing. You don't go because you have something to do in your room. And being in your room doesn't make you a stupid or what word they use? A dummy. Okay? It makes you a smart person. You are building yourself up. When people are going on vacation to see things, you are in your room preparing yourself, getting yourself ready for the world to see you. Because the world is waiting on us. Me and you, the world is waiting on us to be that bright world that we want to get to. We don't want to be here. The Bible says that the latter day shall be better than the former. So if we come into the world and we are not adding anything to it, it means that we have failed. And when we fail the whole generation behind us. And I don't think you want to fail your generation that is coming. We all want to be something that the generation will come and mention our names. It doesn't matter what you do. There are a lot of renowned people who have done something, from Abraham Lincoln to Stephen Hawkins, who just died. Who knows Stephen Hawkins? Stephen Hawkins was deprived of life. He could not walk. He was in a wheelchair, and machines were connected to him. That guy was the best physicist ever lived. He's so knowledgeable that they have to connect all. He did the computers connected to himself. When he thinks, the machines tell the people what he is thinking or what he wants to do. So you don't have any excuse in life. No. You don't have any excuse. If you have 2 hands, 2 legs, and 2 ears, and nose to breathe, and you are not on oxygen, neither do you have any heart transplant, or you are confined in bed. Even if you are confined in bed, you have no excuse. I know a woman who had an accident, who was confined in bed, but in her bed, he did a painting. And after doing that painting, it cost $1 million. And now they call her to programs to tell people how he made it. Don't give up your dreams. I'm telling you, don't give up your dreams. Your dreams are important for the whole world. You never know. It doesn't have to be you becoming a doctor. You don't have to become a doctor to be a renowned. You don't have to become a lawyer to be an important person in the society. Just do what you do best. How do you identify your talent? Identifying your talent, you have to find what you can do best, what comes to you easily. What can you do when you wake up in the bed, when somebody slaps you, when you are dead sleeping? What can you do at that moment? What can you do with ease without thinking about it? Those are the things that God has put in you to bring out to the society, to the world, to make that perfect picture as perfect as God sees it. Because if you take yourself out of the puzzle, we are all lost, because you are not part of us anymore, and that part of the picture is out, and it doesn't make us complete. So before we can become complete, we need you. We need each other to become complete. If the eye is not there in the picture, I don't think it will look good. If you are the head and you take yourself out, the body will be there, no head. all a picture in God. Before God created you, before you came on earth, Papa was using this analogy of spermatozoa doing intercourse. There are a lot of things that goes on. Some of them are spiritual things. So that's why I want people to learn to study science, especially biology. It's very beautiful. When you are studying biology, don't just study biology, but see it in the perspective of God's work. That's where you even understand it more better. Because when we started fighting in our mother's womb, doing our parents' love making, that's what we started fighting. And you fought that battle and you won. And you were able to fertilize the egg and you came out. And when you came out, when you were a baby, we fought a lot of battles. You crawl and you start walking and you fall and you get up. Nobody tells you to get up. You just get up. You cry and you get up. That determination was there because you want to walk. Why do those determination go away when we grow? Because we learn so much and we think we analyze things too much. We fix all the risks. Oh, if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do that, this is going to happen. Too much of analyzing. So we can't achieve the max. So just do it. Just take a step. Go for it. Create the problem and find a solution to it. When I went to America, I'll just use that as an analogy. When I went to America, I started working in a factory. And the moment I entered the factory, there was this Ghanaian supervisor. He got me into that job. The moment he saw me, he told me, this place is not for you. I know people that this place are for. You know what, tomorrow come to me, I'll go and register you into school. That's where you belong. He went to register me in one class and I took it and I got my certificate and I started working as an assistant nurse. When I got there, I just knew that this position is not mine, but for a temporary thing. And I got myself into college. It's a step at a time. Life is a step at a time. You fight the battle one at a time. One at a time. You finish this one, you go on with the other one. There are a lot of things, there are a lot of chaos. You go, you become a parent. There are a lot of things you have to do. Life never finishes. God did not promise us a straight path. He said, in our afflictions, He shall be there with us. He said, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered them from them all. So He knows that there will be affliction. We have to go through. A diamond, a gold has to go through a fire to become pure, to become that ornament that we all crave for. If gold is being dug on earth and we just bring it out, you will not even want to put it in your room. You don't want it. But when you put it through fire, that is when it becomes pure and beautiful and shiny, sparkling, that everybody want to have. So until you go through fire, nobody want to be with you. Nobody want to be around you. Because you have not been purified. You've not got to the point where you'll be sparkling, you'll be shining. You be giving light to people. You be giving salt to people. The scripture we read said, let your light so shine before men. Before He talked about letting your light so shine, He said, you will not light a light and put it under a table, but you put it on top of a candlestick to give light to everybody. So if you have a light, why are you hiding it under a table? Bring it out. We all want to see that light. We all want to see it. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you in being a CEO in a company that I will relate with. When I'm also a CEO in my company, we can communicate. I always tell people, I'm going up there, but I want people to be with me because it's boring when you are the only one who is successful. If you are the only one who is successful, it's very boring. You can't have any conversation with anybody because they will not understand you. It's not because you are pompous or you are too much arrogant. It's just because they don't understand you. So you want people to be with you. You can only communicate with like-minded people. You You can only be friends with like-minded people, people that are going where you want to go. If not the same path that they are taking, but they are taking steps to succeed in life. Those are the people you want to mingle with. You don't want to mingle with people that don't have any vision. Because today you have understood that you are a leader. A leader stands out. You don't do things that an ordinary person would do. You don't eat on the street. You don't just go to clubs. Because when you go there, people will see you as part of them. You are just part of them. But when they don't see you there, they will want to be like you. Let me tell you one thing. The secret thing sometimes we don't understand is the people in the world, they watch us. Our going in and our coming out. Whatever we do. And they love it. If I tell you they don't love our lifestyles, it's a lie. They love it. Because what they are in, they actually don't want to be there. They tell you, oh, I have to have fun. There are many times people tell me, I'm too hard on myself, I don't have fun. My workplaces, people go on vacation, they do other things. I have money to go on vacation, but I didn't see any necessity at that time. I just started college. I have to get myself together and get to a point where I feel comfortable. I can now move around and do whatever I want to do. And I always tell people, everything is for appointed time. And I tell you, this year I have gone on many vacations that I didn't pay a dime for. So when the time is due, God will bless you in a way that you wouldn't have to pay anything for it. So when people tell you God have called, when God called, let's read the book of Genesis chapter 37. It is about the story of Joseph. Joseph was sold to traders. He went all the way to Potiphar's house. He went all the way to prison. But you see, when you have a talent in you, and you are very patient, and you know it, no matter where you go through, no matter what comes your way, it is just a preparation for your success. Sometimes God has to take you through something so that you can be able to handle the blessing that He's going to bless you. Because sometimes some of the blessings that you will have, if you have not gone through that, you will destroy yourself with the blessing. That's the secret behind people that God will want to bless so big. If God wants to bless you so much, He will take you through a lot. And when you are going through that, it's a learning process. I always tell people that life teaches you a lesson every day. Every day you have to pay attention what life is teaching you for the day. When you sit down in your room at the end of the day, you should analyze what life has taught you for the day. Because life will never leave you without teaching you something. It's either you went through something hard on the day or you went through something good in the day. And everything that you go through is a lesson. You have to learn the good, the bad, what the strategies you were able to